Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Movie Chats with Ant and Rye. This week we are talking about the 2024 movie The Surfer, directed by Lorcan Finnegan and starring Nicolas Cage. It's very, I've gone through quite a few movie reviews the last 24 hours or so, and it's a very, people either love this movie or they hate it. We're
hmm
gonna let you know how we both felt about it. Right, we'll go through the. I'll go through the premise. So Nicolas Cage is an American man moving back to Australia. He used to live here. He wants to buy a house that his grandfather lived in on the coast, and he and his son are trying to go surfing on the beach, and they run into a bunch of locals who, well, if you don't live here, you can't surf here, and then they all get into a bit of a fight, and it's a bit of a psychological thriller where they won't let him surf, and
Yeah,
he goes into and he descends into madness until he can surf.
and then he doesn't, and yeah, he descends into madness until he doesn't, because this movie does not make sense whatsoever.
No. Um, First things first, I was trying to work out what kind of theme it had to it. It had a very strong exploitation and grindhouse kind of look and feel towards it. Some of the
Mm,
ways that the camera shots were uh, he's in the
yeah,
foreground and it zooms up really close towards him, or it's very close up shots with the bad guy's eyes or even his eyes. I almost had Tarantino type vibes at one stage. I was like, are they trying to mimic Tarantino here?
they'll try a little bit, and they're trying to mimic those sort of indie movies, especially with the lightning, where at night it's greenish and then it's very overexposed during the day because they want to carry that it's very hot. And it's one of the reasons that he's descending into madness is that he doesn't have anything to drink. And if anyone has been in the Australian sun, it's around Christmas. For us, is the height of summer. It's 40 degrees plus with a very heavy sun. So you get dehydrated very, very quickly. So that they are trying to carry. And that's one of the good things I have to say about the movie. It does look good from that perspective, and also the landscapes of Australia, quite beautiful.
Yeah. I have to admit the camera work was really good. With the distorted lenses. Um, Funnily enough, the director of this film directed a movie called Vivarium, which stars Jesse
Mm,
Eisenberg and Imogen Poots. It actually had a little bit of a similar kind of theme going there, where they're trapped in one place, they can't get out. Here, it's almost like he is trapped. His car battery goes flat, so he's trapped there. Then his car gets stolen, so he
yeah,
can't leave. Um, so it's got that similar kind of theme where
but he
he
can,
can't.
and it pisses me off, this movie.
That's right. I mean, theoretically, if this was real life,
Exactly.
you just
Well,
go, well,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'll just walk to town. It's not that far,
Yeah,
and
or
I'll just
even he's not stuck there. I mean, yes, eventually he gets his car stolen, but there are a million ways that he could have gone. He stays there, even though the locals told him, hey, you can't go there. Well, what do you care? You just want to buy that house, so just go. And apparently, you're needed for work as well, so maybe you should
right
go.
at that. Yeah, because that's never brought up again. He gets that phone call on what day one. You better be back at work tomorrow, and I've counted. He's there for 5 days, and it's like,
Yeah,
I've
it's like,
worked,
yeah, I
not, I've worked,
don't think
not
you have a
calling
job.
him again. Right? Okay. And the
Even when he doesn't have his car, I mean, the cop is telling him, "Well, go in the back, and I give you a ride to the station to town." It's like, just do it. I know that the cop is being an a-hole, but just take it if you just want to get out from the sun from that beach, and I don't know, whatever.
um, all right, the pacing was I don't know. You spoke about uh, electric electric tension, elastic tension a few weeks ago on one of
Mm,
our other ones. I didn't really get that much here because
no.
the there's a bit of a reveal. Should we spoil it for our audience?
Oh, I think let's just spoil it and also repeat a new one because
All right.
deserves it.
So, well, okay. Let's talk about. There's a character in the movie. He's a bum. He's so probably 10, 15, 20 years older than what Nicolas Cage's character is. And he's the bum that all the locals hate when Nicolas Cage first gets there. And as Nicolas Cage is descending into madness, I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's the bum.
Yeah,
He's that's he's having it's not him that it's not the bum that they're attacking, it's him that they're attacking.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden it just does a 180 and no, they're all in on it. They're all just testing him because you really want to be one of us. You've earned it now. You can be in uh, our our surfing
It,
club, our
it absolutely doesn't make sense because when I was watching the movie, I was wondering, why are you not leaving? I just don't get it. Why are you staying around? And then because they really lead you to believe that he's the bum and he's got severe delusion and mental illness, you're like, okay, I get it. This is why he's not leaving. He's always finding a reason to stay around. And that's why they are being so aggressive towards him because he's the bum, he's annoying them, they just want him to leave. And it makes sense. But yeah, as you were saying, then they do a complete 180. It's like, you led us toward that path and it was an okay story. And now it makes even less sense. It's
right.
ridiculous.
And then all of a sudden he's in the club, and then he's questioning the leader, Julie McMahon's character, about the bum, and he's like, "Oh no, you're in, you're safe now. Kind of don't push it." And then all of a sudden the bum comes up and he's holds them all hostage, and he's going to let them go. And who am I going to kill?
Yeah.
And I just that ending, I didn't buy it.
No,
It was it was
I do not buy any of the characters. They don't feel like characters. They feel like people that are made to infuriate you. So then you will enjoy the end as a big payoff. But it just does not work because this is not how human beings act. It, it, and
and
the
do
only
and
thoughts
do
that you
any
have going, it's like, what the hell am I watching?
yeah, and then do any of these people work? Because they're obviously
Uh,
because Nicolas Cage's character is trying to buy the house, and then he like what's his name Scully says, "Don't worry, whichever one of the characters was, he's the manager of the bank. He'll get it done for you." It's like
yeah.
so
It's
so
like, yeah, it's a
the,
Christmas break. So, for those who
all
are
right,
not used to Christmas break in Australia, especially if you work in corporate
yeah, okay,
world, it's like a 2 week at least complete shutdown where yeah, people go to the beach. But something also that doesn't make sense is that it's a big house overlooking the beach and apparently in a driving distance from the CBD to work and it's 1.6 mil. Are you kidding me? You have absolutely no idea of real estate in Australia.
Oh yeah, 1.6 million dollars. I didn't catch that because I was like,
I did.
yeah,
Oh
you're
my
right.
God.
Because there's houses in my area that are going for 1 million, and I just, they're not the yeah. It's just housing prices in Australia are just astronomical at the moment. Houses on my street are selling for 800,000. It's just like, what they do. That's just crazy. Um, I'm going to talk about something that bothered me was Gillian McMahon's Australian accent. I think he's been away from Australia for too long because his Australian accent was just, it was almost like an American trying to put on an Australian accent.
Really?
Considering he is Australian, it
Yeah.
didn't buy. I didn't buy it.
He just
He's
pushed it a
been
bit. I thought that it felt a bit caricature because I've heard him talk, and he's coming from this very wealthy family that were. I think his dad was in politics, and his mom was like an aristocrat or something like this. So he's
He's
coming
yeah,
from very pushy Australian, and he doesn't have such a strong Bogonish accent. And yeah, he definitely pushed it a bit.
yeah. It was almost as if he was trying to do native Australian or Aboriginal kind of accent.
Mm,
It almost had that kind of accent towards it as well. And then maybe some of the others, I haven't looked up on some of the first guy who's said, "You don't can't surf, you don't live here, you can't surf here." Maybe I think he might have been New Zealander because he had a
mm,
bit of a twang there as well. But
mm.
I, yeah, I struggled to like any of the characters really.
No,
And then just
even
with and
Nicolas
just
Cage, to be fair, it's
yep. And
not
if
likable.
anyone had if anyone had to do this role, it was Nicolas Cage. Come on, this was a role that was written for him.
Yeah,
I
and
can't think of
you know what? Even the thing with Nicolas Cage is even if you're putting him in a bad movie, he would be entertaining because it's Nicolas Cage and he will go over the top. I found him restrained in this
okay.
one and a bit boring. And I was like, come on, are you gonna do something like to save the movie? The only thing that I thought was enjoyable is when he's towards the end running towards the beach with the sign and he
Yep.
smashes the guy in the face. That was a bit
Yep.
unhinged. I was like,
And
yes,
yep.
that more of that.
You eat the rat. You eat the rat.
Yeah, he puts it right. That was the only chuckle I got.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I look in terms of visually, very pretty movie. I don't think
Yeah.
it did much for Australia's culture, not culture. What am I talking about?
Yeah, we have a
Uh,
reputation of being friendly people. Like I've
yeah,
never
yeah,
heard of
yeah, yeah,
something like this where
yeah.
people would be
To,
so
yeah,
aggressive towards
yeah,
non-locals.
yeah. It's not good for our tourism. Is the word I was looking for. It
No,
was, if you're looking for a tourism movie for Australia, don't watch this one.
not this one.
And some of the dialogue as well. When he's going up to them and he goes, "That's my beach board up there." And Scully goes, "Oh, no, we put it up there 7 summers back now." Who talks like that in Australia? No
Yeah,
one talks like that in Australia. I,
no.
yeah, it's a very un-Australian dialogue
It's
and
a
just
very un-Australian movie. Seriously,
right.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, bad.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get into our scores, I suppose, unless you've got anything
Yeah.
else you'd like to add.
No, no,
It's a
no.
sh-
That's that. Talked
it's
enough
a
about
short
it.
one it's a short one this week, guys. We
Yeah, I think we
I'm
understood what.
look just for the direction and how some of the camera work and how it does homage those 70s kind of movies. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. It's not a fail, but it's not a good narrative. The narrative just ruins it for me. So a 2 out of 5 from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be harsh on this one. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5. I
Oh, that's
really, yeah, not a gong, ding, ding, ding. I despised this movie for so many reasons. Yes, it does look sort of pretty, but this is where it stops. I did not like the acting. The narrative does not make any sense whatsoever. The characters annoyed me, didn't feel like human beings, just very grating all around. So, not my thing. 1 out of 5.
well, that's
That concludes
well,
it.
that's that concludes it. Well done. All right.
But you know what?
Tell us
If you
what.
liked it, that's just my opinion. More power to you.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please let us know what you thought of the movie. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please, as always, give us a like and a comment. It helps with the algorithm. and we'll see you on the next episode.